Hi Sagittarius, happy Friday. If you're listening to this reading the day I post it, I hope you're all having an amazing day. We're gonna see what wants to come through for you, what you need to know, look out for, what is coming your way, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Private readings available down below. Let's get right into your messages, Saggy. That was fast. Singer of Connection, the Fairy Godmother, and Taitlin the Sliff. Well, I see news coming in. In the near future, we have He of the Fiery Sword. This is definitely a time of quick change. Quick change. Let's talk about this. Singer of Connection. It feels like a bridging of some sort of gap, joining forces, coming together. It's like an energy of merging. There's some sort of energetic connection that is formed. It's either forming or it's already been formed. You're becoming aware of this in the near future, or there's something about this connection, and it may actually be like a connection you have with a person. Over the next couple of days, with the Fairy Godmother, you're going to be giving some sort of option. Some sort of choice, something that's not quite available to you right now, or I almost want to say last night. Something last night maybe you were discussing or thinking about, but you felt like it was out of reach. You like maybe wished upon a star. Oh my God, I just remembered. I did see a shooting star last night. I forgot about that. I didn't even really make a wish because I feel like I got everything I have, everything I want. Like, I mean, I wish for positivity, healing, you know, this world is crazy. So I just completely forgot about that. I just was shocked. I just looked at the stars and then all of a sudden I saw a little blink and I was like, yo, shooting star? I was taken away by it. So I didn't even think about making a wish. But some of you, there's like something that you have been calling in, attracting, manifesting. You felt like it was out of reach, but the truth is, there's always been that connection to that desire, to that timeline. That connection has always been there, and I sense it's getting stronger. And in the near future, you're going to be given options. You're going to be given something to choose from. Fairy Godmother also does bring up like an ancestral energy. Maybe it's more of a feminine energy, representing someone that is around you, watching over you. It could be a guide, it could be a grandmother, grandfather, but this is more feminine. But I sense a strong, nurturing, healing, and supportive energy that is here beside you, and they're guiding you. And you might receive a message. Some of you are receiving a visit in your dreams with this person, whether you know this person or not, whether they are familiar to you or not. There's a message that you're going to be receiving, or sudden information that comes in that reveals to you and confirms to you of this change that's taking place, this merging, this connection that's forming. I'm seeing like connecting the dots, literally in the Fairy Godmother, right? We see here all these little stars. It's like connecting the dots. It feels like things are starting to slot into place, like a puzzle pieces. Maybe you do puzzles, you like puzzles. I never was a fan of puzzles. It's like, it's just not my thing. Anyways, what the hell is this? I don't know what the fuck that was, but anyways, He of the Fiery Sword, Mickle and Muckle, and the Maiden. Something that's going to like lighten your energy. Probably be this huge sense of relief. This combination, something's being born, and it comes in very fast. But let me see, because we have that gnome, which tells me that you've been frustrated on this path, on this journey. There's been some tests, there's been some frustrations, things that have slowed you down, or you've had to like try again. Maybe you've experienced a lot of failed opportunities, missed opportunities. This time is different. I also feel like the universe has a funny sense of humor. You know how children see things very what's the right way to, like, they just they blurt things out. They can be very blunt. With the maiden, this is representing that raw, that innocence, that naivety, but also because they don't have a lot of experience, they just see it for what it is versus what it could be or what it should have been or what it used to be. Like, this is representing like a blank slate. It's representing, I'm hearing renewal and regrowth. So we'll see what all this is about. Your numbers, I'm seeing 49, 14, 4, lots of 4 so far. 45, another 4, 25, and 6. Gemini's reading yesterday had a bunch of 4s. Gemini is your counterpart. So maybe there's something there in that reading. All right, show me clearly what's going on for Gemini. What do you guys need to know? Out for, it's coming towards you. Did I call you Gemini? Damn, I don't like when that happens, but it happens sometimes. Maybe we got a cross-watcher over here. They may be a Gemini. What's going on for Sagittarius? It's coming towards Sagittarius. 9 of Swords. The 6 of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune. That fell right on the 6 of Swords. Love to see it. This fell out on the Wheel of Fortune as well. Oh, they're all falling out on the same cards. Okay. Really? Okay, let's put it like this. So we have that 6 of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune, and then these 2 cards. Chariot. Oh, just kidding. Ow, I'm getting a sharp pain in my ear. I don't know what's up with that. That's random as hell. 3 of Wands and the High Priestess. Okay, it's gone. 10 of Swords, Judgment, and the 2 of Wands with the 5 of Wands. Oh boy. This is I'm seeing a tough cycle coming to an end, but there's a bit of a struggle of pulling the plug, or there's a bit of a struggle of doing what's right, doing what's fair. Spirit is blowing the trumpet, the horns, the signs. It's like you're getting such clear signals of what to do, but for some reason, you're conflicted about it. This could be revolving around a situation where there's a lot of conflict, or a lot of drama, tension, fighting, misunderstandings. Will this cycle repeat again? So, starting off with this 9 of Swords, this was the first one that came out. There's a lot of pressure, and you have a lot on your mind. We are in eclipse season. The vibes have been intense. I don't know about you, but it's been a little intense. It's been a little crazy. So, this is where you have trouble seeing what is next, what the next step is. Searching for answers, but not quite getting it. Or the answers that you find maybe isn't what you want. You don't always get what you want. That song coming to mind. Anyway, 6 of Swords came out after that, which tells me that you're not in this block state for very long. And despite anxiety, fears, worries, doubts, all that heaviness, you're pushing through. You're not letting it consume you. And so you push yourself. There's movement. Moving away from the chaos, from the mental confusion. Then we had the Wheel of Fortune that fell on top of that. More of this movement, more of this progression. Divine timing is definitely a big thing here. There's something that occurred around that full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces we had last weekend. It illuminated something, some sort of step, some sort of plan, what lies ahead. There's this deep calling that you have towards something, and it gets stronger. And you're going to notice that over the next couple of weeks, next couple of days even. It's like as we build up to that new moon solar eclipse on the 21st, this is only going to build and intensify. And there's this deep inner knowing that you have. You're going to continue to keep seeing confirmation and signs, synchronicities that this is the path to go on. And this very well could be about ending something, walking away from something, pulling the plug. You know, you could be saying, hey, I've had enough. I'm not continuing this cycle. I'm hearing some of you could be like cleaning up your life, cleaning up your health, cleaning up your diet. Sobriety could be a thing. Substance abuse. It's like you could be becoming clean or seeking some sort of therapy, some sort of guidance, some sort of help. It looks like this combination is definitely saying like, this is the end. This can't continue. We've had enough. This is not tolerated anymore. It's pretty powerful. And this is divinely orchestrated too. Like, this is meant to happen. We're in eclipse season. This is going to cement. This is going to solidify. The choices that you make, the way that you handle these circumstances, the way that you react, all of this is becoming locked in. So a lot to think about, a lot to consider. You are at some kind of crossroad in your journey, in your life. It seems like there's a fork in the road, two different paths, two different destinations. And you could be at odds with which way to go. Being pulled in two different directions, and you're like, well, what's the best option here? So maybe that's what we should look into in this reading. See what your options are. See what you're being guided towards choosing. We'll dive into some of this, because I think what's important here is that whatever options you have available to you, it's the path you choose is the one that completes an ongoing long ass cycle that you've been walking on this journey for a long time. For some it was years, for some it was just a few months, but this is significant. And I think that your best bet is this new connection, this new path. You know, when we're trying to create new habits, it gets very easy to fall back into old ways because of what's comfortable, because like the paths in our brain, right? And how it's been wired, certain mindsets that we have, and how it gets so easy to just fall back into what's comfortable and what's familiar. And I'm seeing that could be your greatest challenge this month, is rewiring and making new connections, right? And it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel foreign. It's going to feel a little different. There's going to be part of you that feels like you're betraying yourself, or an old identity that you had, or old beliefs that you have. But it looks like you're choosing something different, or you're choosing to end something that had control or power over you, or it wasn't good for you. There's a fly in here. There's a fly in here. There's a spy. Someone could be spying on you. Remember when I accidentally called you Gemini? I'm just kidding. But anyways, your major arcana, the only sign we have out here is Pisces. Nothing else. So, all right. Let's clarify and dive a bit deeper as to what's really taken place. Taking a look into the Nine of Swords, first of all. There's something that you could be feeling a little nervous about, a little bit in your head, worrying, stressing about the what ifs, the future. Seven of Cups at the bottom. It's quite a lot. A whole bucket of emotions. What on earth do you choose? All right, Nine of Swords. We have and it's Eight of Pentacles. It's sideways. It's kind of like, do you put more effort into this, or is it enough? You could be tired, burnt out, getting a little impatient. You've been determined for so long, but you're needing a break. Got this Nine of Swords. Eight of Cups. So 8-8 seems to be significant. Maybe that's the year you're born, 88. We have just kidding. It's the devil. I thought it was a tower. You're walking away from something that is very harmful to you, but it's a struggle, or there's some kind of attachment here with the Fool. And the Five of Cups, there's still an attachment to whatever this is. You're walking away. It looks like you're continuing to move forwards. You're choosing to not put any more effort into a habit, into a relationship, into something in your life. But it's like you're constantly at war with yourself, or you're struggling to adapt to this change, right? Something about this devil-like energy. This could be a person, this could be a substance, this could be your own demons. Something that has power and control over you. You feel stuck, you feel trapped. By the way, this is Capricorn energy. It feels like it's something that you have a hard time separating yourself from, or maybe that's still that connection that is still there, that you're unable to shake, an energy, a feeling you're unable to detach yourself from, to move on from. Constant reminders. So we have the Fool that came out after the Nine of Swords. Like there could be this fear of moving on, this fear of something new, something different, right? The old self is like screaming at you, don't kill me, keep me alive, keep this old identity, this old version of yourself, these old habits. It's like there's this desire of expansion, but that scares you, or it overwhelms you, like too much at once. And so there is that part of you, and the way that this came out, the Fool, he's facing the devil, or almost is like you stepping back into or feeding back into your comforts, what seems safe, or familiar, what you've grown used to, what you've been tolerating, what you've been accepting, even though it hasn't been good for you. It's led to a lot of disappointment. Five of Cups, Justice reversed, the Moon. Woof, sheesh. Six of Swords, let's see where you're going. Six of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. Let's look up that together, this combination. Talk about the Six of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune for Sagittarius. Six of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Where's Sagittarius going? We have Five of Swords reversed, the Hierophant, Ace of Cups also, Ten of Swords, and the Three of Cups. So we have Taurus energy over here. If anybody has Taurus placement or dealing with a Taurus, lessons are being learned. You have passed the test. Choosing to move forwards despite how uncomfortable it may feel. You passed the test. You've evolved, you've grown, you've ascended. Yeah, I like the looks of that. There's something worth celebrating in the near future. Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. Some of you, there's a pregnancy or a birthing. That's for someone out there. I'm seeing maybe an event, a wedding, a birthday party that you could be attending, a family event, a reunion with friends, family, loved ones you haven't seen in a long while. I'm seeing here that there's a clear separation between what's for you and what isn't. It's very clear what's for you and what isn't. Sorry, when I said what's for you, I showed up the Ten of Swords and the Five of Swords. This ain't for you anymore. You can set yourself free. I see also choosing to let go of any built up, bottled up anger. I'm seeing there's a lot of healing and forgiveness taking place. Forgiving yourself for what you went through. This pain served a purpose. It taught you a lot. It got you here. It made you stronger, wiser. And we only going up from here. We only going up from here. So Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. I'm seeing love. I'm seeing friendship. I'm seeing celebrations. I'm seeing a lot of good times, lots of joy, lots of laughter, a lot of harmony. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. So 3 of Wands and the High Priestess. This is like your intuition giving you signs, glimpses, potential timelines, potential future, what may come towards you. Let me see here. What's your intuition trying to tell you, Saggy? High Priestess, 3 of Wands. You guys are extremely intuitive. Look, we have the Star at the bottom. Talking about the 3 of Wands and the High Priestess for Sagittarius. Empress in the reverse. 3 of Wands, High Priestess for Sagittarius. 2 of Cups. 8 of Swords reversed and the Ace of Wands. Judgment reversed. You may have some people from your past being brought up. You might actually have some unfinished business to take care of. I'm seeing here we have Taurus coming out again, as well as Libra. 2 of Cups. This is bringing up your relationships, especially romantic relationships. So in ways where you have been holding yourself back or not being open with your partner, High Priestess, keeping things a secret from your partner, that's driving a wedge. It's literally getting in the way of your connection and the intimacy and the trust. For those that are single, Empress reversed with the 2 of Cups. You may feel like you're not ready for love. You may feel, and I saw someone comment about this a couple days ago, where they're like, actually someone left a comment and then a couple people were replying to it and I replied to it. And basically the whole gist of this is like, you may feel like you're not ready or that you have to fully heal in order to find love, to move on, to be with someone. It's like, that's not the case. You are lovable as you are. You are deserving of love as you are. There's only so much healing you can do on your own. There's only so much healing you can do in hermit mode, which of course, love yourself, love your energy. Self-love is so important. Having standards, knowing your problems, knowing your toxic traits, what you personally have to work on, what your attachment style is, so many things to work on, but there's only so much healing you can do solo. And people are mirrors of all sorts and sizes. And even the most healthiest relationships can be very fucking triggering because they reveal to you the things you need to work on, and you wouldn't have come to that realization if you didn't open yourself up to those connections in the first place. And then it's not even just romantic connections, friendships, family, like all sorts of connections, right? So for those that are single, you're like, oh, I'm not ready for love. I need to heal more. I'm not 100% healed. Babes, you're never going to be 100% healed. There's so many layers. You pull back the layer and another layer. You're an onion, right? There's so many layers, and you don't have to be fully healed in order to be loved, in order to have connections, in order to, like, we're human. We're supposed to have connections. We're social beings. We thrive with community. So I don't know who needs to hear that, but perhaps you're needing to open yourself up because this whole mysterious act, it ain't really working. It ain't really working. So that's something I'm seeing. 8 of Swords in reverse. And then the Ace of Wands, you're actually starting to put yourself out there, which is amazing. I'm also seeing, let's switch topics, your energy, your drive, your motivation, just like, you know, you wake up, you're tired, you're drained. This is you overcoming some sort of inner blockage. There has been some sort of block, creative's block, energy block. You're clearing that is being removed. You feel a lot lighter. You feel more free, even in your body. Your body feels lighter, more like limber. Maybe you've been doing some stretches, or you've been just like taking better care of yourself, getting a massage or something. This is great. I'm seeing a lot of I'm seeing like fluid, like way more flexible, malleable. I couldn't say the word. So that's good. That's very good. Think about like an elastic band band, when it's cold, is gonna snap, versus when an elastic band is warm, it'll stretch. I feel like that's you. Your elastic band, you're starting to warm up, you're starting to become more like stretchy and like, I don't know. Maybe you need to stretch. Can you touch your toes? I challenge yourself. If you can't touch your toes, you better start stretching out your muscles. Don't overextend it. Take time. But, you know, work on that. Make that your goal. All right. 10 of Swords, Judgment, 2 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands. So you're getting clear signs from the universe. Like, you got to end this. This can't go on. This needs to be put to an end. This isn't good for you. This ain't healthy for you. Let's see what that is. 10 of Swords and the World. Oh, not the World. Why am I saying that? Maybe the World will come out. I feel like if there is something that comes to an end, or someone that leaves your life, exits your life, randomly just disappears, falls out of your life, goes ghost, or maybe you have an unexpected fallout, an argument, and unable to work past it, this is divine protection. Yeah, the universe is protecting you from something or someone that isn't for you. Not for you. So, wow, this flew out. Tower and the King of Pentacles. Someone who isn't reliable, or somebody who, it's like overnight they just suddenly changed. Something changed with the person that you trusted, that you built a life together with, or let's see, we have the 4 of Cups. This is definitely like a blindsided energy. This could be representing how you have changed what you are looking for, what you're wanting in regards to your life, your long-term goals. 7 of Cups. You could be just like questioning everything right now. Knight of Wands at the bottom. Like what actions that you should be taking. There's a bit of like questioning, second guessing. What's coming to an end? 10 of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. Something that you saw fit for your future. Knight of Wands still there at the bottom. It's like you've had some sort of epiphany or realization that kind of hits you out of nowhere. And you're like, well, fuck, now what? Because when I asked, well, what's coming to an end? Ace of Pentacles. What's coming to an end? This might be an end in your career path, or this job, this investment, a home, a living situation, some sort of like long-term commitment, or something you saw was part of the bigger plan. You're like scrapping it. You're like, actually, I changed my mind, or someone's like changing their mind now because this is coming to an end. This is actually opening a doorway of what is actually for you. But you might not be able to see it just yet. But it's there. This is where you're being granted all those options all of a sudden. The sudden news, information that comes on in unexpectedly. And you're gonna have to like choose carefully. But yeah, so that was a shock, or that was a twist you didn't really expect, but this was meant to happen. This was divinely orchestrated. It's part of a bigger plan. But there's this part of you going to this 2 of Wands and the 5 of Wands are like conflicted. Like there's the logical part is like, okay, I understand, like XYZ has to happen. If I look at the facts, okay, yes, this had to happen. This had to come to an end. Emotionally though, you're like, what the fuck? Blindsided, heartbroken, pissed off, angry. So let's see, 2 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Actually, let's look into the 5 of Wands. Why are you so conflicted? And then we'll see 2 of Wands, like what are you gonna choose? Okay, you got your free will, but we'll see like what are your options, or what you'll choose, what your next step of, what your next actions will be. So anyways, what's this 5 of Wands? Why is Sagittarius so stuck, blocked? What's the struggle? Sagittarius, 5 of Wands. Princess of Cups in the reverse. It's like you're resisting certain emotions that are being brought up here. We have Knight of Cups and then the King of Cups. And then they're all it's cups, so. And what's at the bottom? Strength, 9 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Hold on out. Don't you lose faith. Don't you give up. Yeah, so. What was I asking about this 5 of Wands? What's the blockage? Page of Cups in reverse. Not letting yourself feel how you truly, like, if you were to just detach yourself, completely shut out all the emotions that come with this change, it numbs you completely from the good and the bad, like all of it, you're numb to. I'm seeing something you may be struggling with during this change, just like expressing yourself or asking for help or communicating your needs. I'm seeing here you and someone, we have a Knight of Cups to a King of Cups. You and someone may not be very compatible at this time, or actually there might be someone that you're finding you're more compatible with. Page of Cups in reverse versus the Knight of Cups. I much rather take the Knight of Cups than that Page of Cups in reverse, because this Page of Cups reverse can also represent someone who's being very emotionally immature, manipulative, someone who does not take accountability, or they're very selfish. They don't consider how their actions or their words, how that affects others. This is somebody who, anyways, we could go on and on about it, but we don't need to. And I would say the Knight of Cups, much better fit. You gotta listen to your intuition. There's this deep inner knowing that you have. And if it's not enough, or if it's not what feels in alignment, then it's not for you. Even this Knight of Cups, if you feel like this isn't in alignment, stop trying to convince yourself to stay put, to stay in a place that you've clearly outgrown, or it clearly is not a good match. Don't lie to yourself here. Another thing I'm seeing is like there could be some conflict with your partner or with your relationships. Some conflict, some drama, some tension in your relationships. And maybe with this Two of Wands, you're like, well, how do I approach? How do I handle this without escalating, further escalating, making things worse? All right. Two of Wands for Sagittarius. Five of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. Let's get one more. Two of Wands for Sagittarius. Six of Swords. This fell out right on the Six of Swords. It was right. I know you couldn't see it, but it fell out right on the Six of Swords. So it looks like what you're choosing. Ten of Cups at the bottom. Awesome. Five of Cups. The Sun. Okay. All right. Definitely looks like you're choosing to walk away. You might feel guilty about doing that. Like there is this part of you of feeling like you're making the wrong choice, or what if you regret this, or how would I feel if the roles were swapped? You know, all those thoughts. Guilt. I feel heavy guilt, regret, wishing things were different. This is you moving on from that. And even if you've experienced some sort of like setback, I want you to know that means that you've made progress, right? If you've had a setback lately, recently, or in the near future, remember, you wouldn't have had that experience if you didn't make any progress. So at least there's that. And you're only going to continue to go further, you know? So just keep that in mind. I see you getting out of a stressful situation, especially if it's like money related, financial stuff, home related stuff. You moving out of this stressful period of lack, of not having enough, lack of support, feeling alone, feeling unsupported, constantly feeling like you're walking on eggshells. You're definitely getting out of that crap. So can I get an amen? 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups, and then the Sun. I'm hearing temporary loss for long-term gain. Oh, and we have a 9 of Cups underneath that. So you got some big choices to make about your future. The fly is on my ring light. I'm sorry, I'm just distracted. It's literally sitting on my ring light. Bitch. Anyways. What did I say? Long-term gain, temporary loss. Some big choices to make in regards to your future and your loved ones. Choosing the path that you've least walked, even though it's a little scary or intimidating, but you're pushing yourself And it looks like this heaviness is very short-lived, or this weight in your chest, or this guilt, or this second guessing. By the way, you've had a lot of fives come out. 555. 5 was big ass change you're going through numerology. Maybe your life path number 5, but this will pass. Good things coming on in. You're really aligning to what's meant for you. And honestly, as we're in eclipse season, whatever that isn't meant for you, let it come crashing down. Well, maybe crashing down's a bit dramatic, a bit much, but let it softly, gently exit your life so that you can align with what's truly for you, for your highest good. So may that all fall into place. And it will. It certainly will. So you just gotta take it easy and trust yourself, trust the process. Whew, Saggy, that was intense. I didn't know what to expect going into a reading, but that's what we got. So I hope you find this helpful and insightful. I love and appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you later. Bye.